Facebook. Oh my gosh, why? It's like every time I go Facebook Live, it tells me how to go live. No makeup, no makeup. Okay, so okay, what's up? All right, TikTok is live. It's a little bit crooked, but y'all will deal with it. My laundry pile is not quite as big today, so it's not bleeding into, well, maybe it is. There's some laundry on the floor next to me. Did your raffle ticket make it in? I'm gonna see right now. It did. It did. The only ones that didn't make it in was Brittany's at 121. So I will push that one to the next. Okay, awesome. Wait, did I hit live on Facebook? It won't let me. Why? What did I not fill out here? What? Honestly, Facebook is so irritating. Probably just skip it. Okay, so let's do this. So before I put any foundation on my skin, I do like a little prep routine. And so I have moisturizer on that is just like a thick moisturizer, but I'm gonna use this deep hydrating oil. Ooh. And I think I'm gonna scoot closer to the camera so you guys can see fully what's going down here. So this is a hydrating oil. You don't have to use an oil, but I find that using some kind of like very good moisturizer, it really helps to blend your makeup in. And since I am going to do this full no makeup look, ooh, sorry, don't need to. If you end up seeing my laundry pile behind me, welcome to my life. Welcome to my home. This is not something that I can get away from because I have 3 kids. And so there's more laundry to do than there are hours in the day. So the palette that I'm going to use for this tutorial, whoa, where did I put it? I've got 2. I'm going to use the Queen of Diamonds and I'm going to use the Poolside palette. So these 2 palettes, if you've gotten them from us before, I'm going to give you some inspiration on how to use them. I'm just cleaning my brushes again with the Cinema Secrets brush cleaner, where you literally dip the brush just slightly so it's like a tiny bit damp, and then you rub it on a cloth. This is just an old cleaning cloth, and they're literally clean. Like 2 seconds, rubbing it, clean. Let me see if I can show you with like a really dirty white one. So this one is like all the same color. And then I just dipped it in really quickly and then rub it, and already look at that. It's magic. Magical brush cleaner. Thank you for being you. Stop. I don't know. So I'm gonna give Instagram a little sneak. There you go. It's really easy to make everything look perfect and beautiful right behind me, but my freaking toilet is dirty. I got a pile of laundry right here. You guys know I spend so much time on live, like how could it not? So look at how freaking clean that is. Judgment-free live zone, judgment-free. I'll show you guys on TikTok too. Boom. This is like my everyday life. And this is my bedroom. Like I'm inviting you guys into my bedroom. So, so obviously it's not going to be this perfect, ideal. I don't know how influencers do it. I'm not an influencer. So, So I don't have an aesthetic life. I like remodeled my bathroom. It's aesthetic if it was clean, but because there's also a pile of laundry like up to my freaking eyeballs behind that door right there, it's not aesthetic when you go in. Okay, thank you all for the likes. Mom life, I know. And that pile will probably be there all week, straight up. Hi, Mona. They don't show the real life. They don't. They don't. It's so funny. All of these like mommy bloggers too, y'all know that like they're off screen. They're screaming at their kids just like we are, okay? Like nothing makes me feel worse than the other day when I like literally lost my shit. It was like time to go to school. And like everybody's just like whining and complaining. And then like one of my kids looks at me and is like, I have my final is due in 8 minutes, school starts. And he's like panicked, wants to do like a whole week's worth of homework. Oh, so, okay, so I'm going to show y'all how I start. Let me see if I can't get some better lighting here for TikTok so you can see my whole face. Oh, wait, maybe I can turn this on too. We're here for the realness. So I have a foundation slash concealer palette that has a bunch of different colors. And if you don't have a palette like this, that's totally fine. You can just use either one color concealer or a few different shades. So I like to go in with like a lighter-ish shade, and I put that, I literally just dot it on the inner corner, outer corner of my eyes. And that is gonna give me like a base for my foundation. The other thing that I do, but I just put moisturizer on so I didn't have to. If I didn't have moisturizer on, I would take like one of these prep and set mists, or my hydrating flower toner that I just made for y'all. And I would use that. All right, so now I'm gonna put that same lighter color in this part of my forehead and my chin here. And then last but not least, right here in my cracks. I don't know what I'm listening to, so I just told Alexa to play me something relaxing. I thought she was gonna play me something like Iron and Wine, but she went like full folk music, which I think is kind of cute, so I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so I also start off with like some kind of eye drops because my eyes are always dry, so I already did that part. So that's like my concealer. My eyebrows are not plucked, so I apologize about that. But in my cracks. And so I'm just gonna smush those in. Smush it all. So if I wasn't gonna wear a foundation, you use the Prep and Set Mist every day. Dude, it's so good. Then I would just blend this kind of in to my problem areas. And then I would bronze my face and put some blush on and be done. So if I was not going to wear foundation today, I would probably also go in with like a little bit of a darker concealer. But do you see how much that changed my face? Like just those little spots, you can blend that in and go forth and be done. So blended it in. It gave me kind of like a clean slate. It took out the redness in the redness areas. And mostly just my problem areas. But what that does is it leaves this part of my face completely clean. And especially for the summertime, it's kind of nice. And because of the moisturizer that I put on first, it kind of just blended in. I get really, really dark circles in my eyes. I get a lot of redness in my cracks. And then I just wanted to brighten up my chin and brighten up my forehead. So since I am going to do my entire face and I'm going to do contour and everything, so you don't have to do your concealer first, you can do it second, but I want to be conservative on the amount of foundation that I'm using because I barely have any left and I haven't ordered any more. So I'm just going to dab that in the areas that I did not put my concealer. Go right over my little, I can tell, you guys can tell when I have foundation on because my mole here is not brown. It's like face color. But usually it's supposed to be brown. This is not my favorite blending sponge. This one is the Illuminati brand sponge. I really don't love this one as much as I love some of the other ones. Cala has a good sponge. The Cream Shop has a good sponge. All right, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna do my eyes first this time. So before I do that, I take this Airspun powder. Oh, I have my poof up upside down. So I'm gonna take the Airspun powder, and so this is one of my favorite brushes of all time, but a good dupe for it is, this one's a little bit fluffier, but this is the one from Profusion, the one that we have as our free gift sometimes during our lives. And so I'm just gonna kind of dot that under my eyes here. Not like a full bake, but this is where I did put concealer. And then I'm also going to fluff it on my eyelid. Again, you're not gonna see like what you guys normally see from me. You're not gonna see that, like what you see these tutorial makeup artists doing, like with a heavy bake. Like, this is how I really do my makeup. This is not only looking good on Instagram. This is like how I'm really gonna do it if I wanna go out and have a good time. A lot of these makeup tutorials that you see are very, very heavy in real life. And I don't love it. I don't love that. I don't love that look. And I'm just like a real mom that wants my makeup to look okay all day long. Can you wash the sponges as well? I'm using disposable ones at the moment. Yeah, so these ones I wash with baby shampoo because it's easy, but you can also use brush cleaner. Baby shampoo really, really works for me. Or you guys are gonna, this is my mom hack. I take them all and I put them in one of those little mesh bags that you use for your panties in the wash, in the laundry, and I throw them in the actual laundry. Don't put them in the dryer though, because I'm pretty sure they would melt, but I don't know because I've never tried. Okay, so let's go in with this no makeup look. The reason why I chose Poolside for this is because it has some shades like this that on my skin tone look really good. If your skin tone is darker, you'll go with a more brown. If your skin tone is lighter, you can go with even a lighter tone, but this peachy tone, it does what I need it to do with my no makeup looks. And I really love these two right here. Boom, boom. So I'm gonna use this as a mirror because getting my big ass mirror in front of here can be a pain in the ass. But I'm just going to lightly do my little corners here. This is with the lightest shade of, this is with the lighter one, so that's the darker one. The darker one I might use to, I'm gonna use later to smudge out my lash line. And I'm even gonna show you to do this no makeup look on one side. I'll show you how to do it with a little half lash. But I'm just, this is like the actual eyeshadow portion of this is minimal. You're just going to get a fluffy brush. This one is from the Cala eye brush set, the bamboo one that we sell. And I'm just gonna go in and add a little bit of definition to my eyes, all over, lids, crease, everywhere, okay? So it just added a tiny bit of definition. Then I'm gonna go with my brush that I use to put on my setting powder, and I'm just gonna buff out that spot here because I'm really going for the no makeup look, okay? Hi, Narmi. Wait, somebody said twins, we look alike. I'm excited. Let's be BFFs then. Follow me and I'll follow you. I have a doppelganger in the city of Palm Springs, and I saw her riding a moped and I was like, that's me. It's like, no one can tell me differently, that's me. And I actually had like a bunch of phone calls that day too, and people were like, I saw you riding your moped. I was like, that wasn't me because I don't have a moped. Okay, so eyeshadow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for what I want to do. So I'm gonna go in with this peachy darker shade, and I'm gonna go with like a synthetic kind of flat but also rounded brush, And I'm gonna use this shade here that's a little bit more peach. It's called Get Soaked. And I'm going to put that on my lash line right here. Just on the outer corner of my lash line. You'll be able to see better how I do it right here. Can you see that? And you can do this with brown too, but I just want to deepen that look right there. And then I'll take the other brush that I used and blend this little corner, or this like where I ended it for my inner corner. Just go over it, just a few strokes. It doesn't take a lot, and just blend that in. Oh, they used my picture. That is a picture of me, isn't it? Oh my gosh, ridiculous. Well, thanks for liking me enough to screenshot me and use a picture of me. Okay, so that's pretty good. Send makeup. We all definitely have one. Oh my gosh, I know, right? Okay, so there we are with that. Now I'm gonna do my eyeliner, and because it's a no makeup look, I'm gonna use a brown, but I think on my more dramatic days, or if I was doing a no makeup look in the evening, I would use, let me get rid of this computer here. Oops, sorry Facebook, you didn't make the cut because my computer was not loading. I'm just gonna use this on my lash line. Like, this is the Ruby May Brown Gel Liner. And I'm just gonna use it like all up in my lash line. And it doesn't have to be, hi Ruby. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna go over it with a brush. So this is for all the people who wanna wear liner, but you don't wanna like it to be perfect. And it doesn't have to be. And then I'm gonna do my under eye too, like right up against my waterline. You can do your waterline as well. I have watery eyes, so I don't put anything on my waterline. So that's just define my eyes out a little bit more. Hope your pool time was fun. Actually, Cass ended up taking her son to a little birthday party. And so I'm gonna go over to her house tomorrow. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take that brown and kind of go over it. You guys have seen my little hack on how to make a wing. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go into the natural shape and corner of my eye. So this brush is fluffier. This is the same one I used to put that pink, that darker pink shadow right here. Because the real part of this look, I'm going to do my under eyes too, kind of smoke it out a little bit. The real part of this look that is going to make me look dewy and glowy and amazing is going to be on the skin. So the eye portion of it is very, very simple. I'm also going to do my brows. I have a brow brush. This one's kind of lame. It's a little soft. I like a really stiff brow brush, and I have like 20 of them, but who knows what I do with them half the time, so. The other item that I brought down that you can do the same thing with is you might have gotten one of these. This one has a brown side and a black side. It is the Duo Jumbo Eyeliner. So, but I just used the Ruby May one because that is the one I use every day. So my eyes are more defined. So I'm going to do my brows. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save my brows for last. I usually would do them now, but because I don't know where my brow brush is, I'm just going to move on to making my face look glowy and dewy. And then I'll do mascara last as well. So This brush that I'm using is called the Rephr brush. This brush company is extremely expensive. I think my brush set was a few $100s and only had like 6 or 7 brushes in it. But anyone that looks like this is good. This one is extremely soft. It's all natural fibers. I got this at a trade show as well. And I'm going to pick one of these. Let me see here. I'm going to pick the Sangria palette out of the Rude palettes. And then let me see if this one, oh yeah. And then this one I'm going to use for blush. And then for contour today, I'm using a bronzer instead of a contour. And this one is a super old one that I've had forever by Urban Decay. It's just like never ending product in it, so. The press-ons were only 12 pieces, so, oh my gosh. All different sizes, so you need 2 of the same ones. That's interesting. Thank you for letting me know that. I'm gonna go look at it. You love the Sangria one, you gotta get it. Okay, so, to start my contour, I'm going to show you guys how I do it. I go much, much higher. I go on my, like on the top end of my cheekbones. That already like looks so different and amazing. I'm going to do it a little bit more extreme than I normally do, just so you can see it since the lights are so bright. Okay. And then I go on my forehead. And it might look like absolutely insane. If you've never done this before, you might feel insane. But I'm gonna show you how it ends up looking. And then I also go over my nose. This is the no makeup look after all, so I'm not gonna do a deep contour. But I go in all the areas of my face where the sun actually hits it. This is like a, you know, how I've always bronzed my face. Like this is where those areas is where the sun's gonna hit it. I come down here and that is just for more definition. But where the sun is going to hit my face is where I apply all my bronzer for this look. So it's not like, this isn't necessarily to change the look of your face as much as this type of contour is to make you look like you've been in the sun. Wondering how many palettes you have at this point. 1,000? More maybe? I don't know. Oh, I got some of my foundation on this little fluffer. Okay, so next I'm gonna take that same brush. I just take like a paper towel or a cleaning cloth and I just kind of dust it out when I switch colors. Sometimes I don't even do that. Sometimes I just use up everything on my face and then go in for the next one. So now I'm gonna do this little peach. Okay, I'm gonna go even higher. Almost like where people like to put their highlight. And I'm gonna go over the top of my nose again and a little bit on my forehead. Just getting that blush in there. And then when I blend this all out with my actual powder, it's gonna look cute. I kind of think of it as underpainting since I haven't put powder on my face anywhere. So I'm gonna end up putting my skin tone on, my skin colored powder on there, which I'm gonna use this Airspun powder. Or I have a contour palette right here and I use this one. I got a little one here. All right, so I'm gonna blend my face powder into this. And although it looks like I just browned the whole top half of my face, when I put my highlighter on, it's going to brighten those other areas. So there's 2 ways that I like to do this. This is a highlighter that is mostly just actual highlight, okay? Or I'm gonna use this super, super shimmery one. So I'm gonna use the shimmery one. I'm also gonna bronze some of the areas that I highlight or that I use my actual bronzer. I'm gonna use a little bit of sparkly. because it's summertime and that's super fun. So first, I like to take a fluffy fluff brush and go really freaking heavy in with any contour or with any highlighter that I'm using. And then I'm going to use my finger for this part to be more precise. Yes, ma'am? I mean, sir?
I want a phone.
Oh, I'm using them all. But you can have this one. Go plug it in somewhere. It's Ruby's. It's dead. You have to plug it in. So already that has made me look less like a brown circle and more like defined.
Mama,
Yes?
ever knocked the arrow?
Hmm?
Ever knocked the arrow?
You did? Wait.
Before he came into your room.
Why? How?
Because I was just gonna say hi, and Everett said don't go in there. When I was just taking a little peek, he goes, what was going on, and Everett just hit me.
In the belly? You guys, say sorry to your sister.
Sorry.
Look at her in the eyes and say that.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Do you accept his apology? Don't hit. Can you guys shut the door, please? Also leave.
I was just going.
Sorry, guys.
The only time.
No, that's good to know that, Rebecca. We need to know those types of things because I have not been wearing nails now that it's springtime and I've been in the garden. Okay, sorry. So what I just did was I also highlighted a little bit of my inner corner here, along with highlight here and highlight here, a little button on my nose, and just a little bit down. So it's kind of like a contour, but not quite as harsh. Like when I do my contour for the lives. Guys, out, come on, I'm on a live here. Shut the door, please.
I was trying to Everett out.
Love you. Okay, so when I do the contour for the lives, I usually do like a much more defined, and then I use really, really light colors for my highlight and like really contrast. But for this, since it's like something I want to wear out, that is basically how I make the skin. The skin looks really dewy and really wonderful. Now I'm gonna take the same brush and a bronzier shade and kind of go into where some of my bronze is to give myself some additional shimmer. So not just shimmering on my highlight, but shimmering there too. And then even where my blush is, a little bit more shimmer. So this is slightly reflective. It's not quite as reflective as some of the other really intense highlighters that we've used before. Okay, so let me find a good brush to do my brows. I might have left it somewhere, left it at the office. But I do have, okay, I'm gonna use, this is an old brow pen, but I'm gonna use this end. And then I'm gonna use the angle brush from the Kala Eye Set. And this is the Ruby May Brow Pomade. It's been sold out for a little bit, but rest assured we'll be getting more. You're still hungover from yesterday? I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna go on the top here, and this brow look, I want it to be really soft. So I'm barely putting any pressure. And then I'm gonna use a brow gel over it. So I'm gonna brush my brows up for this one. I wanna go for like a laminated look. So I'm gonna use a gel for this. I prefer to use a wax, but I'm out. Ugh. All right, so I'm just gonna take a spoolie, kind of blend that. Like I said, I want them to be a little bit softer than just like the chunky chunks that I like to do for a nighttime live. And then I'm gonna take them in just a little bit more on the bottom here. That's where my natural hair starts. Sometimes I take them in a little too close and then I just wipe off in between. Wait, you tried to do your brows for the first time with one of the brow pens and it was hilarious? So I'm gonna get close. Can you guys see how I just highlighted where my natural brows are? And then I'm gonna take a clear gel. And then I've never used this one before, but I've used this brand before. And I'm just gonna go up. And then I'm gonna take my spoolie again and brush just the tops over. Karaoke and margaritas. That sounds actually pretty fun. Okay, so now I'm gonna add a little bit more eyeliner. And I smudged out the last one, so I'm not gonna smudge this one out. I'm just adding a little bit more for a little bit of depth. Ooh, shit. And I'm gonna do my mascara. I don't curl my lashes anymore. I used to. I just stopped at some point. So what I do is first I comb them. And this comb is very clean. The one that I normally use is like horribly, hideously, disgustingly dirty. And I like this Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. But we just restocked the Ruby May Cosmetics Queen Bee mascara. And so I'm going to show y'all. This is waterproof, so it's great for summer. So I do a layer, and in between layers, I comb them. After a couple of layers with this mascara in particular, my lashes look very, very long and I love it. They were so dark and thick. I have no clue what I'm doing, but practicing. Okay, I'm going to show you how to start doing your brows. Like if you're new to doing your brows, I'm going to show you how to like get used to it at the end of this. If you're putting hella layers of mascara on, I always think that it's super important to use some kind of comb to comb them in between. Because I don't like that spidery look. I have really long lashes, but they're mostly clear. You've never seen Justin Eyelash Comb? Oh, you know what? I should stock these. These are from the Lashiebox. If you guys haven't checked out Lashiebox, check them out. Ooh, I just stabbed myself in the eye. Lashiebox.co. Cute. Okay, so now this is all up to you, how defined you want to go on your under eyes. Wait, where did that go? But I'm going to go back to my poolside here. And I'm going to go with this darker shade that I did on my lash line on the top. And I'm going to do some more of that under. And then I'm probably going to add a little bit more. The other way that I like to do this is just with the same bronzer that I used to contour. I just use that as eyeshadow. Using your contour as eyeshadow just makes it look like shadowed, but not like you have makeup on. So I'll show you. Like right here, if I want to add more definition to my eyes, if I just grab my contour shade and do a little bit in the crease here, because that blends into the rest of my face, it just makes it look a lot more natural. I mean, obviously I have makeup on, but the no makeup look isn't about looking like you don't have makeup on. It's about enhancing the parts of you that are naturally beautiful and wonderful. So I'm going to use this Rimmel London mascara. I've been using that every day since they came in. I'm going to use that on my bottoms. Short and thin lashes. So in the event of that, I just take a pair of lashes here and I just cut basically one in half, and then I put one on one side, one on the other, just on the ends there, and that makes a big difference. So we'll do that at the end. Lashiebox is a eyelash subscription box I started in 2019. And so a lot of the lash tools that you see me use are from that brand. Okay, so here we are. I am maybe gonna use one of these as my lippy. But before that, I'm gonna take the lighter shades here in the Poolside palette. This one being like a lighter shade that is matte. And I'm going to define my right here a little bit. Do you guys see how that just defines as if I'm like have more dramatic eyeshadow, except for it's just by lightening this part where my contour or where my highlight is, and going up onto the side of my face here, which makes you feel like this is much lighter than this without adding more darkness for definition. And I do that kind of in all my makeup looks. I feel like that really enhances the shape of my face. And then I'm gonna take this golden shade and do my brows here. Just right underneath my brow for that like glowy look. A little bit more in my inner corner. Oh, and I'm gonna take the same one and I'm gonna go on my lip, on my upper lip. Where I've got my little glitter mustache. Okay, so now it's all about the gloss. There's two different types of gloss I like to wear in my no makeup looks. Either a lip oil or this cheap ass roll-on lippy, which I only even stock because of how obsessed I am with them. So I'm going to start, let me find a lip brush. And let me take that lip brush. Okay, this is the flat brush. It's not necessarily a lip brush, but I'm gonna make it one. And I'm gonna wash it real fast. Okay. And I'm gonna use this kind of reddish shade and the brownish shade and mix them together. Just so before I put my gloss on, I have like a little bit of color. And in this Rude palette, it's like not overly pigmented. It's more like a gloss with a little pigment. And then I'm gonna put the roll on. Would you go for a slightly darker color for tanner skin tones? Absolutely, absolutely. So I usually go, like for my highlight, I go 2 shades lighter than my skin at the time. So in the summertime, that's gonna drastically change because I get very, very tan for whatever reason, even though I wear a ton of sunscreen and try to stay out of the sun. I end up getting extremely bronzed, and then so I'll change. This roll-on fruity gloss, the one that has vitamin E in it, but any of these stupid roll-on glosses, I find make my lips look plumped. When will the self-care bundles be available? Missed out on Mother's Day, I had to pay the bills. I'm actually putting them together today. So the highlighter now, I'm gonna blend in. And it just gives the top of my lips just a little bit of definition. The other thing that I have done in the past, which I'm gonna show you guys my little hack, especially if we're an evening look, is before I do that highlight, I might take my bronzer and come under and a little bit on the over. And it makes your lips look plumper. Because a long time ago, I stopped getting injections and I had all my fillers and my lips dissolved because one lady put so much on one side and not any on the other, and it was really lopsided. And I was like, why am I even doing this? Like, my lips are fine. Like, I'm getting older, they're losing volume. I'm just gonna deal with it. Okay, so let me give you guys a close-up of how this ends up making your eyes look. And if you feel like it's ever too defined, like, okay, I didn't want to quite go so heavy. You good? Then I take like my powder for my face. She's gonna go to the bathroom, probably with the door open. Hold on. Okay, let me help you, bud. Okay, you done? I'm gonna shut the door so that not everyone on my live sees you here. Okay, I'm gonna shut this so no one can see you. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, he's probably about to go to the bathroom with the door open because like he's still 5. So okay, so I take a little bit of my face color and like this is where you want to tone it down, not necessarily on the lid or on the upper area here, but you want to tone it down right in that crack. It is the harsh definition from this color to that color that makes you look like you have makeup on or like you have a lot on. So you can have a shit ton of makeup on if it's like very, very mildly blended and no one's gonna notice. So now you can see that difference where I blended out that transition right here and how much more smooth and like natural that looks than when you look at this one and there's like light dark. Boom. Your son is 6, so you totally get it. Okay, so that's it. That's like how I would get ready. I'm going to the beach, doing just like not a whole lot, not going out to be like full glam. Fluff up your hair a little bit. So if you are a lash girl and you still want it to like not look fully made up, this is where, oh, here, there. I would put on a half lash. And everybody's like, it's so funny because I see people selling, like brands selling half lashes. And to be honest, just cut your lashes. You don't need to buy a half lash for the same price as a full pair of lashes. Just buy the full lash and cut them. Self-care bundles for Ruby May. They're going to be self-care bundles on Wander, but there's going to be a lot of Ruby May products in them. Okay, so instead of taking a lash, I'm going to take a third of a lash. I'm going to give you an idea of what that's going to look like. Oh wait, this side. And I would just put them right there. Are you still selling the self-care ones? We're gonna launch them, I think tomorrow. I'm gonna put them together today. My 53-year-old does the same thing. Yeah, I'm gonna save this whole thing. So you guys see how elegant that little half lash looks? And how it adds that extra like boom that you need. So let's talk about applying a half lash. I find that a lash tweezer or applicator is very helpful so that you can get it right onto your lash line. It's also something like this type of short little shortums. You could easily get get applied with your eyes closed, which I think is helpful for people who don't feel comfortable with something going that close to their eye. I just ordered my first hair waver. Excited to try it. I just found the Aqua lashes from Ardell at the Dollar Tree today. Dude, sometimes you can find the best freaking shit at the dollar store. Because what ends up happening is they get all this stuff that is overstock. So you get good brands that are at the Dollar Tree. So for time purposes, I'm just going to use my adhesive liner. You should probably use the clear one for this, but you don't have to. So I'm just going to like apply, hold on a second. I'm just going to apply this right to my lash line. I actually did not like the Aqua lashes because I started to sweat and they just fell off. But I think if you were doing something where sweating wasn't an issue, it would be really great. And then wiggle it. Make sure it gets really in there. And then do a little smush. There we go. Very cute and very natural. You love that more than how a full lash looks? Well, that means your lashes, Shanice, are going to last you a long ass time because you could probably get 3 applications per one pair of lashes. So I'm still gonna go to the other pair just because these ones have a little bit of a taper. And always rip off that glue. If there's any glue that held them into the package, pull that shit off. Wait. I know, right? Like, but I also like, I'm a sweater. I sweat. Okay, so next. I'm aggressive when I put liner on my lash line. But I've also been like doing it for a long time. So don't think that you have to be as aggressive as I'm being. But I do think that these things are a game changer when it comes to adding a little half lash. Because you want to get it right up onto your lash line. And then being able to squeeze them into place. It also helps if your mascara is still kind of tacky. Because then you can squeeze the corner of your natural lash onto your onto the false lash and like squeeze them. Yeah. So what I like about the traditional glue-ons, and like I think that if you really love lashes, it's just so worth just like doing regular strip lashes with either a lash adhesive eyeliner, which is a game changer because this shit works so easy. Look at how bright my eyes look now just with a little extra lashes. And this looks really natural, doing like a little half lash. You don't have to spend the extra money. False mascara extension, they look gorgeous, but fell off in less than 24 hours. Which one? So I was in the, I was in the middle of creating my own lash extensions kit. And like trying out all the different products. There's some different companies where like, when I made this lash adhesive liner, there's a bunch of them out there, and the manufacturer that I use had their own formula, but their own formula is crap. It like doesn't stick. It didn't stay. So we went through the grueling task of like, I worked with a chemical engineer to change up our formula so that it didn't dry too fast, but the other one wasn't drying fast enough. And then it wasn't like getting anything to stick. Are you doing more Mother's Day bundles? Yeah. Yes. So the Mother's Day bundles, we still have a few in stock. It's just that I'm going to take them off by tomorrow because if I don't ship by Monday, I don't think you'll get them in time for Mother's Day. So, tomorrow, all through tomorrow is when we're going to stop doing them. Thank you for going live. Look forward to them. Thank you for showing us. I know, fall mascara is supposed to last a week. So one thing that when I was creating our formulas, which I haven't decided if we're going to launch them yet because I don't know if like DIY lash extensions are something that our customer base is going to want. But we got a bonding glue and then there's like this other sealant that we ended up getting. And so it's like a much larger step process. It's not just like the mascara and then, yeah, honey? I'm almost done with my live and then I'll come wipe your butt. Mom live, I gotta go wipe a butt, y'all. You'll buy it? Okay, so we, like, when we were working with these chemical engineers, are like, this is gonna last 10 days, this is gonna do 3 days, dude, 3 days. I have not had the ones that we're designing ourselves last for longer than 3 days. So when I launch them, I'm gonna say they last for 3 days. They don't last 10 days, they last 3. And I tried those really expensive ones. They're called Lashify. They last 3 days too. I know. Okay, so I posted on the story. Order number 22975, Brianna, is our giveaway. Our raffle winner today. So we're gonna do the raffle tonight. I know. I think 3 days is also pretty good. So we're still doing a couple other tests to make sure that they don't rip out your lashes and that the remover actually removes them. They'll be coming out soon, hopefully before the end of summer because I think it's a really good summer product. Yay, Brianna. So you probably saw it in the story. I didn't tag you yet because I figured everyone was going to come watch the live today. But yes, so we're going to do yours first thing. First one. So Cass and I have been discussing, this time I think there was like 53 entries. And then last time, I want to say there was 60 something, but then the time before that, there was 180. So it's starting to build up more, like cash inflow than the actual raffles that we've done. So once we reach enough, like overages to do another raffle, we're going to take everyone that has entered before that hasn't won in those last ones. So it's like for the first week we did it, we're going to take the 2 winners out. And then we're going to take the rest of those names and put them in a pot. And then the second week, we're going to take the 1 name that won out and put the rest of them in the pot. So if you won the first week, but you didn't win the second week, your name might still already be in there. So that we can do a few extras, so once a month, we're going to have extras. Does that make sense? My makeup company is called Ruby May Cosmetics. We are on Instagram, but then also Wanderlust Beauty and Ruby May Cosmetics are in the midst of a merge right now. Mostly so I can utilize my Ruby May Cosmetics app and use in-app purchases because the app is super fun. And I can send you guys messages through the app that it's super fun. And it took me a whole year to develop the app, so I want to use it. We're about 60 days away from having 1 website. Instead of Shop Wanderlust Beauty and Ruby May Cosmetics, there's going to be 1. And so when you go to rubymaycosmetics.com, it's just going to forward you to the Wanderlust Beauty Ruby May Cosmetics collection. And then we're going to have in-app purchases or like Wild Wednesday where you get like a random prize if you use the app. You get like a random freebie. So like we're going to have tons of freebies, which I'm super excited about. There used to be a company called Shop Hush. I don't know if you guys remember them. I know a few people that worked for them that kind of helped get them started, but what killed them, they went out of business. What killed them was inventory overstock. And so I feel like as long as I'm mindful about inventory overstock, I can take what they were doing and do it, but learn from their mistakes and learn from the people that I know that worked for that company, and create something similar. So that's my plan. Even if we get raffles every order since we didn't win them yet. Okay, yeah. So, I know. Okay, I better go wipe this kid's butt. I'll see you guys back for the live tonight. Still doing Mom's Day bundles. I want to say I have a few left of each. So we'll be doing that. Gonna be doing giveaways with purchase tonight because we didn't get to do any spins for 2 orders yesterday, so that felt like lame. So we'll do a giveaway, a gift with purchase all night tonight. So if you guys get anything you order today that I do on my live tonight, you'll see what the gift is because I have not looked through it yet. Okay, bye y'all. See you tonight. I hope that you love this tutorial. I'm going to save it and post it on Instagram so you can rewatch.